All right, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy this film, and just to start about cinema in general, about film, always when you watch a film, you have to ask your question, what do I like it and why I don't like it? You know, what I used to teach, when I teach in school, I used to say to the kids, you don't tell me that it's awesome or that it's great. Why is it great? Why is it awesome? And it's what makes a difference. Because when you ask this question, as you go through the process of understanding how the film is made, you realize that there are some points who are so greatly done. If they do the job, on you and the feeling, you realize how great it is. So this film is from Giuseppe Tornatore, who come from a small village in Sicily. Most of the scenes were shot there. So you have a lot of, the shooting is a lot of them outside, like the neo-realist. That is one thing that you should know, because he really took a lot from his own experience, his own vision growing up of what film was, or what cinema was, and what else the community were like connected with each other. So in a film you have the storyline, which really is the most important at the beginning, because he wrote the screen, right? So screenwriting, the writing is done by himself. He just went and he went through everything, what the story was going. And after that, they really look at how the actors, who are the actors, what they have been doing with the stories. Casting is extremely important in this film. So from Toto, who is like a little boy, in general, when we direct young actors, it's one of the most difficult things that you can do, because children are very difficult to direct, you know. And of the great film, obviously, when you see this, you have to think about Bicycle Thief, you know, and you have to think about 400 Blows. You have to see about all these great films carry so much of how the child carries the film. And you can ask your question, you know, as a director, if you had to take away Toto, how is the film will be? Is the film will be holding? What holds the film together and what makes the strength of the film? So every actors in this film are very, very strong. It's not like the neo-realists where non-professional actors, the two main actors, you know, I mean the main actors, the two adult men are very, very professional actors, especially Philippe Noiret. Philippe Noiret at that time already had been like maybe 30 or 40 films. He's an extremely professional actor, and he carries a lot of the film too, you know. So you have this, you have Toto, you have Toto young and Toto old. Jacques Perrin too is a very, very well-known actor. So you have this element in the storyline who cover everything possible. So what it is in this film you can find, especially if you have a connection with that time, you know, you can find something for you, because from the love story was very, very well built, and from the community stories, and from the statement about cinema. Remember, this was a cinema we were watching everything. I mean, all the films that we were watching is from John Wayne to Akira Kurosawa to Roger Vadim to all of the films were coming. There was a time where people were going to the movies. It was an entertainment time. Sunday we were going to the movies most of the time. It was the only thing that they were doing. But still, all the films obviously are dubbed, as you can see it, but it's not like the process. The process of going there is to just have a break, just think about something else, and have all the community together. Two things will make the community together. I mean, in most of this country at the time, it's religion, and religion is very well described in a way which, like, for once, not too, not too negative. He has a sense of humor, you know, he has a lighter sense of area of what religion could be in Italy at the time, in Sicily especially. And he has all this group you can see in the theater, from the gangster that, you know, he's got a shot, and from the love story, everything around the community, and how they really, really power, the strength of the community as cinema is really growing and making it people together. Like I was saying, in the 17th century, people used to go in the theater. and for a few pennies. This is really what makes cinema so powerful. When cinema was created, you know, the first people who had the idea to make cinema, you know, so they say the studio in the West Coast, they say, well, if we make a little room all along the country where people could put 5 or 6 pennies and watch a film, it would be great. And it's what cinema started. Cinema started by people used to go and pay a couple of pennies, go there, listen, and watch some images going through. And it was a way of like lighting themselves, you know. So after that, after the entertainment process, we went to a more intellectual part with more of the European cinema. But cinema is like a tool for society to be able to connect, to be able to reinforce their vision of a better world, and by connecting all these groups together.